This is my first impression of Japan after spending 1 week here, as well as my top tips and tricks for your itinerary when you plan your next trip to Japan. Japan is a very polite country. Everyone likes to follow the rules and be courteous. So as a tourist in their country, you're expected to do the same. There are no trash cans on the street. At first, you're like, this is weird. How are the streets and subways so clean? But then you learn to realize that this culture really cares a lot about society as a whole. It's not every man for himself, but each person is very mindful of the collective and super respectful of the environment and city. This is easily the cleanest and most pleasant and safe country I have ever traveled to. Even the subways are a delight. They are dead silent. Everyone is just so quiet and respectful. Like, people say Canadians are polite. Canadians ain't got shit on the Japanese. Like, literally the fact that there are signs that say, please just don't have your phone on loud on the trains. Meanwhile, in Canada, it's like, please don't defecate on the trains. This is a stark difference from our subway systems in North America. A very pleasant culture shock, I must say. So my entire first week that I spent here was basically spent entirely in Tokyo, which I think is a really good amount of time to give yourself because it is such a huge city. There is truly so much to do and you do not want to feel rushed. These are some of my favorite things that I did while I was in Tokyo. Real life Mario Kart racing. I don't truly know how this is legal in Japan, but I won't ask questions. You literally get to drive a go-kart on the streets of downtown Tokyo, and you even get to drive through arguably the most iconic symbol of Tokyo, Shibuya Crossing, which was so freaking epic. In case you didn't know, Shibuya Crossing is the biggest crosswalk in the world. On average, over 2.4 million people cross Shibuya every day, which is roughly 25,000 pedestrians on every crossing. The Mario Kart racing was more like a guided driving tour. We did this with a group of friends, so it was a lot of fun. It costs roughly $150 Canadian and is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Oh, and make sure that you get your international driver's license before leaving your home country. For me, I got mine at CAA in Canada. It cost me $50 without a membership and $30 with the membership. They will not let you drive these go-karts without one. I've really liked the fact that using the subway systems here, even though they can be really intimidating and complicated, they actually are not all that difficult to use. And they're a lot cheaper. So we just saw the price of an Uber is like $36 to get to where we're going, but we're gonna take the subway. Thankfully, there is an English button on everything. Purchase a ticket. I like to search by the station name. I have found that to be the easiest to not mess up where I'm going. Roppongi.
Select the number of tickets you might. Please insert money or a card.
This costs a total of $3.60 for 2 people, where an Uber would have cost about $30. Make sure not to lose this. One thing that I've noticed has been really helpful with the Japan metro system is that everything is color coordinated and every station has a number. So as long as you're good with colors and numbers or one or the other, you're probably going to be fine. You're just taking Ubers everywhere in the city, you're easily spending $60 in 2 days. Probably after a week of being here and taking the subway everywhere, we'll maybe spend $60. It's super affordable. Almost threw this out when I first got on the subway, but make sure you're holding on to this because it's basically your ticket to exit the station. One of the first laws that I broke when I got to Tokyo was jaywalking, okay? So make sure you follow these rules because there are literally police at almost every crosswalk making sure that you don't jaywalk. That's definitely something very different from Canada. I feel like people jaywalk everywhere, myself included. Other highlights from my first week in Japan were, of course, my buddy's wedding at the Grand Hyatt in Tokyo. Shout out Shakai and Sari. It was so cool getting to go to a Japanese and Chinese wedding. Everything was translated into 3 languages, and it was just such a stunning venue. We also made the trek to Sensoji Temple, which was about 40 minutes on the subway from central Tokyo, or Roppongi, where we were staying. It, of course, poured rain while we were there, but it was a nice reminder to bring an umbrella everywhere with you if you can. We ended up buying these clear umbrellas for $6 each while we were at Sensoji, and to be honest, the rain scared away a lot of the crowds, making this a low-key magical experience. The temple is huge and it is surrounded by lots of shopping, definitely a must visit when in Tokyo. Okay, the food in Japan. Most people are looking forward to, so let's just get right into it. I think I have literally eaten Wagyu beef every other day that I have been here. So if you're a beef lover, Japan is for you. This is literally just a bowl of Wagyu Kobe beef with some rice underneath, a raw egg, some miso soup on the side, and some sort of like mayonnaise. This meal cost me $20. I'm gonna be real with you, I have yet to have a bad meal here. Everything is so damn good. Oh. The Tsujiki Fish Market in Tokyo is also a great spot to grab sushi, which you cannot leave Japan without having. Side note, a way to eat cheap, fresh, and actually tasty meals is the 7-Eleven. We did karaoke one night and nothing was open nearby except for a 7-Eleven, and I got this incredible shrimp pesto pasta and it was like $7. So if you're on a budget, the 7-Elevens here hit differently. They are very, very different from the ones back in North America. We also went to an amazing teppanyaki restaurant where you basically have your entire meal cooked by a chef on a hot grill in front of you. This place was called Keiya Kizaka. It was in Roppongi Hills, right where the Hyatt Grand Tokyo is. We had Wagyu steak, rice, vegetables, some shrimp. Oh my God, it was so freaking good. So we made it to iDonut. This place is meant to have the best donuts in Japan. If you know me, you know I love donuts. I like how they make you queue up and then take your order right away. They've got the classic iDonut. I feel like we should get one of those. There's also these weird flavors like prosciutto and chorizo. I'm kind of tempted, but also I feel like we'll just stick with the classics.
Do you need plastic bag?
A bag? Oh, no. No. Oh my God, they look so good. They look unreal. Okay, apparently I don't know the money at all, but are we surprised? I could eat like 5 of these. These are really good donuts. Like they melt in your mouth. You don't even have to chew them. All right, off we go. Okay, next up is coffee in Japan. Does Japan have the best coffee? I'm also going to be doing an entire video that is just about coffee here in Japan. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. Like, it is 6 o'clock at night right now, and I just happened to walk by this Starbucks in Kyoto and was like, I wonder if they have the oleato. And they did, and I ordered it, and I do not care that I will probably be up till 2 o'clock in the morning. I just got it, guys. Also, they serve all the cold drinks in these cups, which I actually find keep the drinks colder. I don't know if you can taste the creaminess through this video, but this is literally the creamiest, most delicious coffee I've ever tasted. I truly cannot get over how a place that is so known for their tea has such incredible coffee selection. Not only is the biggest Starbucks, yes, the biggest Starbucks in the world is here. Yes, I did visit, and yes, it was huge and ridiculous and out of this world, but they also have so many adorable coffee shops that are just perfect. This one spot in Harajuku was called Reissue Cafe. You can order a freaking 3D latte here, and while it does cost about $13 Canadian for one of these lattes, they do take quite a bit of time to make, so expect a wait. They can make any of your favorite cartoon characters. My favorite is the Ghibli cartoon character Totoro. Just look at this latte. I literally screamed when it got delivered to our table. Look at how perfect it is. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, I pretty much planned the majority of this trip based off of creeping Google Maps and a really embarrassing amount of TikToks. One thing that I saw repeatedly on TikTok was this store called Don Quixote, and it's like this massive department store. I can only relate it to like a North American Target, and we don't even have Target in Canada, but this place is like Target on crack. The thing is, when I tell you, I literally have an entire album of Japan Skin screenshots of all the things that I saw other like Japanese influencers saving online. So like this is one of the best mineral sunscreens, another sunscreen. They have just like elite skincare. Half of the reason why I brought an empty suitcase was to buy all of the skincare products. This place is like insanely overwhelming. Like, I don't even know where to start, begin, stop. Like, what is, there's so much random stuff in here. Like, look at all of these drinks. Actually, I feel like I want to get one of these. Let's find the skincare section. Another thing that Japan is just like randomly known for is their epic face masks. Like, look at the size of these masks. There's 40 sheets in one bag. All the ingredients in this are insane. Like this is their like best-selling vitamin C serum, and they have full-blown vitamin C face masks. Day trips are also super easy to plan if you want to get out of the city. We went to a city called Saitama, which was about an hour-and-a-half subway right north of Tokyo. This is the bonsai capital of Japan and is basically an entire village just dedicated to bonsai. If you want to experience this part of the Japanese culture, I highly recommend it. There will be a full-length video about the city alone, as there was just so much to it. Well, that wraps up my first week in Japan. Like I said, mostly spent in Tokyo, and those are really all of my first impressions. But there is so much to see and do in this country, and honestly, as a solo female traveler, which I am right now, I have never felt safer. Coming up next on this channel, I'm going to be visiting the Nara Prefecture, the mountains of Doragawa, and so much more, so make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss a thing.